If your goal is to actually build wealth, the fastest way to sabotage yourself is try to look rich. And that sounds backwards, but it's exactly what traps people in a cycle of high income, low net worth, and constant stress, and zero real freedom. Looking rich is about appearance, cars you can barely afford, clothes with logos doing the talking for you, and expensive habits that impress people who don't even care about you. Being rich is about control and control over your time, your decisions, your ability to say no, and your ability to survive and thrive without needing approval. Those two paths rarely overlap. And the moment you choose one, you quietly walk away from the others. And the problem is, most people never realize they made that choice because the pressure to signal success is everywhere. Social media amplifies it, advertising weaponizes it, and even your peers group can normalize it. You see someone your age with a luxury car and assume they're ahead, but you're not seeing the loan, the stress, and the lack of savings, or the fact that one bad month could collapse the whole illusion. That illusion is expensive, and the cost isn't just money, it's time, options, and peace of mind. Then every dollar you spend trying to look rich is a dollar that can't grow. It can't compound, and you can't work for you. And that's the part people ignore. Wealth is not built through what you show, it's built through what you keep and what you grow. The quiet truth is that most actual wealthy people don't look like what you think. They're not constantly upgrading everything. They're not chasing trends, and they're definitely not making financial decisions based on what other people might think. They optimize for long term outcomes, not short term validation. They understand that money is a tool, it's not a performance. And once you start seeing it that way, your entire approach changes. You stop asking, does this make me look successful? And you start asking, does this move make me closer to financial independence? And that shift alone can change everything because financial independence isn't about flexing, it's about the freedom. It's about waking up without panic, making decisions without desperation, and not being trapped in situations just because you need the paycheck. And you don't need to get there by playing the part. You get there by building the foundation. And one of the biggest traps is lifestyle inflation. As soon as as people make more money, they spend more money. Not because they need to, but because they feel like they should, and it's almost automatic. A new job, bigger paycheck, and suddenly the car gets upgraded, the apartment gets nicer, the habits get more expensive, and before you know it, you're earning more than ever. But somehow, you still feel broke. And that's not bad luck, that's design. If your expenses rise as fast as your income, you never create a gap, and that gap is where wealth is built. The gap is what gets invested, saved, and multiplied over time. And without it, you're just running faster on the same treadmill. And that crazy part is the people watching you don't even know the difference. They just see the surface. They see the cars, the clothes, the lifestyle, and they assume you've made it. Meanwhile, the person driving a paid off older car, living below their means, and consistently investing might be 10 times wealthier and no one even notices. And that's the paradox. Real wealth is often invisible, while fake wealth is loud and obvious. And if you're chasing visibility, you're probably sacrificing the reality. Another angle people miss is the psychological toll. Trying to look rich creates pressure. You have to maintain the image and you have to keep up appearances. You can't easily downside without feeling like you're losing the status. It locks you into decisions that aren't actually serving you, and that pressure leaks into everything your work, your relationships, your mental health. You become dependent on income, not just for survival, but for identity. And that's a dangerous place to be. Because now, if anything disrupts your income, it's not just a financial hit, it's an identity crisis. And compare that to someone who isn't trying to impress anyone. Their expenses are controlled, their savings are solid, their investments are growing. And if something goes wrong, they have breathing room. They have the options, and that's power. And it doesn't come from being looking rich. It comes from being disciplined. When no one is watching, discipline is the part no one glamorizes. It's not exciting to say no to things you can technically afford. It's not flashy to keep driving the same car or wearing simple clothes. It doesn't get likes or attention, but it builds something for more valuable momentum. And every smart financial decision stacks, every avoided unnecessary expense compounds, and every investment grows over time. And eventually, you reach a point where your money starts working harder than you do. And that's when the game changes. That's when you stop trading time for money at the same rate. That's when opportunity opens up that weren't even visible before. But you only get there if you're willing to delay the gratification. And that's where most people fall off. Because the world constantly tells you to enjoy now, upgrade now, reward yourself now, and there's nothing wrong with enjoying your money. But there's a difference between intentional spending and reactive spending. Intentional spending is aligned with your goals and values. Reactive spending is driven by emotion, comparison, and impulse. One builds your life and the other drains it. You have to be honest about which one you're doing. Another key piece is understanding that most rich looking purchases depreciate or disappear entirely. Car loses the value, designer clothes go out of style, and expensive gadgets get replaced. Even luxury experiences fade into memory quickly. And meanwhile, assets, things that generate income or appreciate over time, do the opposite. They build, they grow, they create more options. And the more you shift your focus from liabilities to assets, the faster your financial position improves. But again, assets are usually invisible. No one claps for your investment account. No one compliments your low expense ratio. And no one notices your emergency fund. But those are the things that actually matter. And that's what separates people who stay together from people who quietly move ahead. And here's something else: trying to look rich often leads to bad financial decisions because it prioritizes the perception over logic. You justify purchases you know you don't make sense because they fit the image you want to project. You ignore options because they don't feel impressive or enough. You tie yourself worth to external validation, which is always unstable. The moment you detach from that, your decision making improves instantly. You start optimizing for outcomes instead of optics. And that's where real progress begins. It's all worth understanding that people you're trying to impress are often doing the same thing. They're also stretching, also signaling, they're also trying to maintain an image. It's a loop. Everyone is watching everyone else, assuming everyone else is doing better and making decisions based on that assumption. And when you step out of the loop, you gain clarity. You stop comparing your behind the scenes to someone else's highlight reel. You focus on your own trajectory. And that's when your financial life starts to make sense, because wealth is not through comparison, it's built through consistency. Small, repeated, intelligent decisions over a long period of time. And that's it. There's no secret hack, there's no shortcuts, there's no overnight transformations. It's just discipline, patience, and a willingness to ignore the noise. If you can do that, you're already ahead of most people. So, what does this look like in practice? It means living below your means, even when you don't have to. It means increasing your savings rate as long as your income grows instead of your expenses. It means investing consistently, even when it's boring. It means questioning every major purchase. Is this for me, or is this for how I want to be seen? It means building an emergency fund so you're not one setback away from the chaos. It means understanding your numbers, income, expenses, net worth, so you're not guessing. It means valuing freedom over flexing. And yeah, it might feel like you're missing out sometimes, and that's normal. But what you're actually doing is trading short term validation for long term stability. And that trade is almost always worth it, because the end result isn't just more money, it's a different kind of life. A life where you're not constantly chasing, not constantly proving, and not constantly stressed out about maintaining an image. A life where you can make decisions based on what actually you want, not what you think you're supposed to want. That's the real goal. Not looking rich, but living well. And those are not the same things. In fact, they often require opposite behaviors. So the next time you feel the urge to upgrade something just to keep up, pause and ask yourself what you're really buying. Is it value, or is it validation? Because one builds your future and the other quietly steals it. Thanks for watching today's video. If you found value in today's video, please subscribe. YouTube says I gotta have a subscription to survive on YouTube. So please subscribe. If you found value to this video, I'd appreciate it. I'd love to have you on the team here. Also, comment below. I try to comment on every positive comment that there is. And if it's negative, don't waste your time and don't waste mine, because I'm just going to block it. I don't care. So thanks for watching. I appreciate it. Check out this video to the right. And hey, you guys have a good day.